Okay, hello everybody. Welcome. Just grabbing this. Hold on a second here. Okay. Hello everybody and welcome to the March 6th, 2025 edition of the KubeStellar Community Meeting. Hello and welcome to everybody. I'm just going to be sharing here our meeting information. Here we go. Okay. So to join this meeting, you can get a regular meeting invite by simply going to kubestellar.io/join us, and in the upper right hand corner, because I've already joined, I'm not seeing it, but you would see a join button. Just join here, and then you'll be able to see and edit this specific artifact and others within the KubeStellar realm. And we are also on Slack, the KubeStellar channel, KubeStellar Dev. If you're looking for that, get an invite to either, the Kubernetes Slack organization, and then find us at #KubeStellar-dev. You can also see us on YouTube at our channel, kubestellar.io/TV. So let's get started here. We are proud members of the CNCF Sandbox. And so as such, we abide by a contributor code of conduct. So I'll go ahead and read it here. As contributors and maintainers in the CNCF community and the interest of fostering an open and welcoming community, we pledge to respect all people who contribute to reporting issues, posting feature requests, updating documentation, submitting pull requests or patches, and other activities. We are committed to making participation in the CNCF community a harassment-free experience for everyone, regardless of level of experience, gender identity and expression, sexual orientation, disability, personal appearance, body size, ethnicity, race, age, religion, or nationality. Essentially, all that means, folks, is please be nice to each other. It's a general rule of thumb. It's good for everybody. Okay, so today, as I mentioned, March 6, 2025. Yes, we're already in March. It is 2025, and it is going fast. So if you wouldn't mind opining and putting your name, penning your name here under the attendees list. If you're on the call and would like to be recognized that way, we'd love to have you. I'll get on with the agenda. Feel free to add items to the agenda at the bottom or in the middle or wherever you see fit, and we'll get to them in due order. And if you have questions, please raise your hand and I'll call on you for any kind of clarification you may need. Okay. First off, KubeStellar UI update. So as you all know, there's been an ongoing journey to build the first ever KubeStellar UI. We've got some really good momentum there. There's about 7, 8, 9 people, I think, now contributing on a regular basis. You can check out all the latest at KubeStellar/UI. It's a very easy pull the repo, do a Docker Compose up build, and you go to your local host at port 5173, and you can see our user interface in action. We have most recently added things like a tree view, which resembles a lot of like what you would see in Argo CD. We have a list view there for workloads. We have the ability to add. We're working on the ability to add new WDS and WEC from a WEX inside the user interface, which is really cool, and that'll be forthcoming in a later release. And we've got a whole bunch of work going on with binding policies as well. So please stop over if you'd like to contribute. We'd love to have your contribution there. There are 6 official internships that are taking place at the same time within the KubeStellar UI project, and there's 6 people signed up for them and getting credit for the same. So just a reminder that there are terms in March that are taking place now, and this runs till May, and we'll have summer and fall projects available as well. Another update we have is the Google Summer of Code. We've been accepted through the CNCF. We have a project that's loosely defined as AI inferencing on distributed disconnected systems, and that'll be an exciting venture. We're already getting applicants for that, and so stay tuned. That'll be starting up sometime in June. Okay, so now we're on to the section about upcoming changes in feature functionality in kubeflex and KubeStellar. And so we've had some changes and improvements to the components that make up those 2 bodies of work. So would anybody here like to make mention of it? Mike, we want to take us through this?
Okay, sure. Let me just see where you're at here. So, screen. Okay. So actually, Paulo did the first one there, the getting out of really stopping the dependency on all the stuff that was on dockerhub because of the rate limiting. It just makes all of our stuff unreliable. So he did a bunch of work in kubeflex to move everything to quay and or GitHub. So there's a new release, and we've just updated the main repository in KubeStellar to use that new kubeflex release. So yeah, that'll be appearing in the next. Let's see here. Right, and then we're also working on picking up the work that Franco did. Well, actually, again, Paulo did earlier in kubeflex to introduce a new type of control plane, which is external. And Franco is working on a helm chart update to the core KubeStellar core helm chart to be able to use that. So with this, we'll be able to enable a use case that I think we want to cover, which is multiple ITSs. And if there's multiple, they certainly can't all be the KubeFlex hosting cluster. So the idea is you can work with a collection of multiple ITSs that are external clusters that are created independently of KubeStellar. So for example, if someone is in the practice of using OCM, you can add KubeStellar into that scenario. Let's see here. There's there's an upgrade campaign. Haven't done anything on that recently because of the other focuses that we've been working on. Braulio's working on with that merged, the PR for long run testing merged. He's working on the PR for large scale testing. And yes, we've done a lot of work on the all-in-one demo environment, much more reliable now. I'm not quite sure how much we really want to go into here.
Yeah, I think I've got very few, if any, pings lately about failing installations. So that seems to have made a difference, Mike.
Yeah, we've improved the pre-flight checking and the diagnosis and the troubleshooting pages there. So yeah.
Yeah, now the move from dockerhub to quay is, I think, a prudent one too. We were experiencing timeouts from that type of rate limiting. Good move. Okay, great. Thanks for the update, Mike. All right. Some notes here on kind and configuration changes you might want to make for things like Rancher desktop on Mac.
Maybe you have to make.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, you must make them. Franco, would you like to input?
Sure. I wanted to make a comment. The incorporation of the new version of kubeflex 0.8.1 is in main, but for the users that cannot take advantage of the move to quay from dockerhub until we do a new release of KubeStellar. So should we start a new release to move the user from to the new KubeFlex?
Yeah, what's critical mass for us here, Mike? Do we have anything else waiting?
Well, I mean, this is for us to decide in general. It's not just up to me. I was hoping to get Franco's other work merged, so that together would make a nice increment in functionality. But we could do one now if we want. Sure.
I guess it's, in my opinion, it's a balance. If we have a lot of users struggling with the pool limit to reduce our burden on handling those and the bad experience, then it's useful to move away as soon as possible. If we don't see a lot of those issues, then maybe we can wait.
I think we could make a patch release now, call it 0.26.1, and pick up the move from dockerhub to quay as a bug fix.
That will also include the use of external ITSs, OCM ITSs, because that was merged already.
In that case, that's more of a feature, so it would be 0.27.0. But yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, I'll submit a PR soon to update the self-references, and we'll go through the release candidate cycle at least once. So I'll get that started.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you, Franco. Okay, skipping down to, we still got some work on summarization work to do, summarization, and the PR's been pushed aside for now, and could use some more help. So if you're looking for somehow to contribute to the KubeStellar code base, we'd love to see you take a stab at the summarization work that we need completed. So that'd be great to get that done in time for KubeCon EU, which is in a few weeks, which leads me to the KubeCon EU section here. So we've got a couple of talks that are still waitlisted, but talks that have been submitted and accepted. We have a lightning talk on Tuesday, April 1st at 12:06 p.m. BST, and that'll be in the Platinum Suite Level 3. Partner Pavilion, we've been accepted there. Wednesday, April 2nd at 10:45 to 1500 BST. The Project Pavilion Level 1, Hall Entrance, N8 to N9, Kiosk 2B. And the Contrib Fest on Thursday, April 3rd at 1600 BST, Level 3 ICC Capital Suite. And if we go, I'll bring that up in just a second. Let me pause my sharing. How do we pause sharing here? Let me stop sharing quick, and then I'll go and see if I can dig up the article. There it is. Okay. Let me reshare. Okay. So we have a ContribFest advertisement up on our site. It's not publicly available on the actual menu system, but it is located on the site nonetheless. It explains details about what the ContribFest is and how it runs. And the ContribFest is only about an hour and 15 minutes on site, but there are folks that can join now to actually do work leading up to the ContribFest. And we've given you some sample items which we could use help with. Just last night, we've got some folks that were interested in contributing to kubeflex on how to clean up kubeflex once it's been installed, and also, installation instructions as well. So please be aware that these are out there and ready for you to pick up if you'd like to work any of these. These are all what we believe to be in the help wanted space of the KubeStellar issue backlog, which means that it's open for newcomers, folks that want to get familiar with KubeStellar and kubeflex and want to make a contribution without maybe falling in the deep end of the pool and just getting started. So we strongly encourage you to pick up any of the issues that are listed here, work them prior to meeting us on site in about a month from now, a little less than a month from now. And when you do that, you'll meet us in person. Paolo, myself, Franco will be there on site to help you with any of your questions about KubeStellar and kubeflex and help you get started or help you finish your contribution to the KubeStellar family. Love to see you there, so please join us. Okay, Cornell SDF program. So we're still working with Cornell. They've been working on confidential computing. So one great advantage to working with academic institutions is their ability to take on long-term projects. And one of the great things that we did just recently was work on a project together with Cornell on software-defined farming, and as such, data sharing between farmers and agriculturists and researchers. That should, sometimes that data is sensitive, that the farmers use it for things that they need to gain a competitive advantage in the marketplace, and therefore shouldn't be shared generally with the agricultural industry. So that creates a problem where some of the data that's being used for this type of work should be de-identified or take all the identifiable information out of it. Things like GPU coordinates or specifics about PII or anything like that. Some identifying information about the farm or its operations. And so what we've been researching is ways to mask that information out. And in doing such, you know that once that information's been put into a container of some sort, it could be tampered with. So we've worked with folks in the confidential computing space to create using things like KADA and other confidential computing technologies to secure the containers such that when they do host sensitive data, they can't be hacked and opened and exposed. So we've just recently worked with Cornell to figure out a way to use KubeStellar to deploy and recognize confidential compute containers. And so that's a great step ahead for KubeStellar, and we'd like to show you all about that. We'll be doing that in conferences, top-tier conferences like NSDI and other places like KubeCon EU and North America in the poster sessions. So look ahead at that in the next 6 to 9 months. You'll see more news and clamor about that specific development. Okay, so as we just heard on the phone, there'll be 0.27.0 soon to be released. It will be still based on 1.29 from what I understand, but it will include things like helm charts and other artifacts being located on quay instead of dockerhub, so that rate limiting does not become problematic for people that are installing or deinstalling on a irregular basis. Okay, so we look forward. 0.27 will be on the docket for next meeting. Okay, anybody with any comments or questions here? Okay, folks. Well, thanks everybody for joining. Appreciate it. We'll see you again in 2 weeks' time. That'll be on March 20th. And we'll give you a pre-KubeCon EU update as to what we're doing at the conference and what kinds of things will be ready and available for you to play with there. Thanks so much for joining, everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye.